So, Marie-Françoise, you also have a second workshop called Heal Your Emotional Pattern. And there's a part one and a part two. So, tell us a little bit about what that means. And the part one and two, is that done on the same day or two separate days?
Mhm. For sure, Patty. So basically, once we are aware now of our emotional pattern, which is what we're going to be discovering in that first workshop that I was telling you about, the first step is always the awareness. Once we are aware, then we can start addressing the issue and we can start healing it. So that workshop in two parts with two different dates to answer your question is going to be about diving more and excavating all those beliefs in the past that has held us back from really living our authentic self. So the belief behind the emotional patterns, we're going to be doing some house cleaning. And that is done in two parts because I like to go a little deeper and let's just clean it up. The world doesn't need anymore, the planet doesn't need anymore of that. Right now, the planet needs us fully integrated, connected to source, because there is work to do in this planet. So my mission here is to really have you remove all the beliefs that you have that have been built on negative beliefs from your past, from your childhood, that don't belong to you anymore. Let's just address it once and foremost so you can move on. You can move on to the greatest version of yourself. So that's my goal really with you, and that's why I'm doing it in two parts, because I need you to integrate in between sometime so you can integrate, and so we can go a little deeper on the second part.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, the first part is the awareness of the belief. And then once you have that, to be able to kind of integrate, do you actually do a process on the first one to understand the underneath belief, and then have that integrate in you, and then go to part two? Can you just clarify that?
Yeah, I mean, the first workshop that we're going to be doing is going to be, now that we are aware of the emotional pattern, because we've addressed it in the first um, workshop previous to this about discovering your gift and free yourself from it. We're going to be doing in this part one, we're going to be doing some excavating about the belief exactly. And on the second part of that emotional heal your emotional pattern, we're going to be really using what I love the most, which, you know, the tools of accelerated evolution. Some people that are not familiar with that, it's called polarity work as well. It's not NLP, it's not hypnosis, although it could look like it. It's really accelerated evolution. If you want to know a little bit more about it, you can look in my website. There is a lot of information about what it does. It pretty much helps us. I mean, this is actually the tool that have been the most successful for myself in removing emotional charge in a very fast way. You could use a lot of tools. There is so many tools in the market right now, and I've explored so much of it. But this one, I have been actually following. This is a school that I'm graduated from. I mean, it's been 7 years now that I'm following it. And it's just amazing the way it accelerates your evolution. So that's what I'm going to be using, helping you really deeply, not just intellectually, but in your heart, emotionally, in your energetic self, removing the patterns once and foremost.
Beautiful. That's awesome. So these are some really great workshops. One of the first one being about freeing yourself from your emotional patterns and having the awareness, as you talked about. And then the second workshop is actually uncovering the belief underneath there, and then trying to heal from that so that you become a more powerful person, because you have this authentic power where you're aware of who you are and can then express yourself more freely. So sounds exciting. Thank you so much. And I look forward to hearing more about it.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you so much for having me.